Hey, Dice fans, welcome back to Roll the Dice, the show where two blokes pick 6 topics across punting, music, sport, and life. We throw structure out the window and let the conversation go wherever it wants. So, no guests today, just us, Troy and I, the dice, and whatever madness the week has thrown at us in Australia this week. Let's roll into it.
We got some topics for the dice today, Paul.
Oh,
We're just going to roll it and make it up as we go.
We've had a pretty rough week. It's been there's been a few matters going on and stuff, and there were people who texted us and said, "Where's the podcast?" So here we are. We thought we'd have a go. We're currently in Muswellbrook at the Scone Cup, and we had a good day yesterday, and it was day 2 today.
Huge day today, mate. Some good racing, both Scone, Doomben and Flemington. So there'll be some selections out later on Track Intel. That's if we do get this podcast out in time. We might not, so you might miss some winners today, but we'll get them. That's okay.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely. We probably won't give any tips out because they'll be after the event, and we'll sound really, really clever.
But we'll get to a proper Track Intel episode when we're back home and settled and the helter skelter of the weekend is over.
Well, I've just rolled the dice, Troy, and it's landed on a 1. Guess what that? Guess what that is?
What are we talking about?
That's punting.
Punting.
Track Intel.
Okay.
So what is your moment, mate? Talk about it. Let's go.
Okay, we'll give a little brief explanation on Track Intel. So it all started with an idea sitting in my lounge room one Saturday, and I thought I'd just ask ChatGPT to pick me some winners. And we had a little bit of success, but we had to delve more into it and just asking an AI who was going to win a race. So it evolved from there, and we started working on form, or your regular type of form, and then we started to try and dig a bit deeper, start to build some statistics into it. And then the big thing for Track Intel is actually understanding the tracks. Every track plays differently. So we wanted to try and unlock the secret to every track. So as we go through races, we get smarter every single time. So rail position, conditions, track bias, barriers, sectionals, everything's built into it. And so for a little while there, we were running the system through the AI. We used to use ChatGPT and Gemini that would pull the data together and spit out our top 4 selections. Over the past month, we've actually designed that into a program. So we've taken AI out of it completely, and it's purely a mathematical, statistical methodology now based on all your standard form stuff, but what we call the track DNA. So it's evolving every time. So once we get some data in from Scone from yesterday, we've uploaded that information from how the track played, and we've put out some selections today, or we've run the program today. But again, the rail position is different today based on yesterday, so the track will play a little bit differently, and that's what we're going to do. Over time, each track will just get smarter and smarter and smarter, and our selections will get better.
Mate, what's the end game here? What are you trying to achieve? What do you really want to do with Track Intel? Look, I love it. I love the fact that you can, we get selections. You get about 4. You get 4 selections each race, so it's not. Well, you can load them all into a quaddy. You can load them into a multi. You can put a first 4 trifecta, whatever you want to do with it. You can even just pick whatever. The main thing is it's giving you a choice.
Absolutely, and that's what most tipsters will do. They'll give you 4 selections, and you do what you want with those. You might want to back them all. Look, they're not all going to win, mate. That's racing. That's just the way it is. But statistically, it'll give you an edge and we picked some really good winners, and some that don't get picked up by the regular tipsters. Because you can read the form guide and you're going to miss stuff, right? So the amount of data that we put into this thing, it's huge. And to run a Saturday meeting, there's a lot of work goes into it, a lot of data that gets pulled through into the system. We'll give you 4 selections. Do with them what you like. We're going to see how it goes. Where's it going to end? I don't know, Paul. My brain goes all over the place all the time, and I'm always coming up with ideas and patching. And it might end up as a lane system. We don't know, and we've spoken about that. So we'll just see. It's just a bit of fun. We don't sell the tips. We put them up on Instagram. It's all free for everyone to see. We'll see where it ends up, mate.
Yeah, no, that's good. Look, I myself have used it. There's people out there who are using it and getting some pretty fair results out of it. We won't talk about success rates or anything like this stage because it's early days, but it's an opportunity I think that we can take on. We can take on the bookmakers, the betting agencies, and hopefully get a few winners out there for those who like to have a punt. So we might move on and roll the dice from there, Troy. What do you think?
Let's go, mate.
All right, it's a 2, and let's just touch quickly on the NRL.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. This could go for hours, and we don't have hours. I'll let you run with this one, mate. Look, I'm a suffering Bulldog supporter at the moment. What's going wrong at that club? I don't know. I've actually switched off the last few weeks. I'm really struggling to watch the game with the 6 agains and the speed of the game. It's not the game that we grew up, and things have to evolve, and I understand that. But what are they trying to do with the game? I just think it's gone too far. But others will disagree, and that's fine. But my opinion is it's really difficult to watch. I'll let you, expand on that, mate, because I could go on and on.
The jury's out in the game with what it's doing with the 6 again. So I think it's changed the game, and it's caught teams out as catching coaches out. Look, my thoughts on the game. I still think they should bring back the 5 metre rule. So I want to go way back, but and we could spend another day on that. How that would improve the game, but I'll touch on it on a later date with some clever people at the meeting with rugby league. So the story is the Bulldog.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was going to say, we do have some rugby league people coming on in the coming weeks. We'll be able to expand a little bit more on it.
Yep, no, that's all right. Yeah, as I say, the story is the Bulldogs, and it's the funniest story I've ever watched. So
next, roll the dice, Paul.
Move on. Oh my God, we've landed on. We've landed on a 5.
5.
It's a wild card. All right. What's something you've recently changed your mind about?
I don't even know where to go on this one. I don't change my mind at all, ever, mate.
All right, I'll go with that. Look, the best thing. Look, this is becoming the worst podcast in the world, and I've just changed my mind about number 5 that we've just rolled. But more importantly, we are with a punters club, which is the worst punters club in the world.
Absolutely.
And we've continued that form up here at Scone. But more importantly, we're going to go again next year.
But we're going to go again today, mate. We
Oh,
can
yeah.
we can make up for it today. There's look, and we've said it individually. We're all really good punters. You know, we go okay when we go by ourselves, but when we get together as a group, it just goes to shit. And I know I put a lot of pressure on myself when I'm betting in a punters club for other people. I overthink it way too much. So when it's just me and my money, I just have a go. But when you're betting with other people's money, yeah, it kind of changes my mindset a little bit. So Paul's just grabbing one of our in stuffs, who's going to come in and have a quick chat because I think he's on the dice, is he?
Yeah, come hither.
Come hither.
Yeah, this is Cookie. Can you see yourself there? Yeah,
Yes.
this is Paul Cook, one of our future guests on the Roll the Dice podcast. He'll be talking about music and his record collection, but he's also going to be talking about being a manager D at some of Sydney's greatest restaurants over the last 400 years. Yes, do you recall us asking you to do this?
No. But you can also talk about those two guests you had a couple of years ago that like had to get put inside away from the rest of the punters because they were drinking all the cocktails.
Yeah, well, that's what a rusty nail will do to you sometimes.
But just quickly, Cookie, vinyl.
Yes.
How good is it, and how long have you been really taking on the collection? Not just vinyl, but other side books and stuff, memorabilia and paraphernalia.
Yeah, I think Mum and Dad throwing out their record collection was my initial boot because I thought these were part of my gilded youth, and that it's not a space that I wanted to just let go. So Bridge Over Troubled Waters and Hot August Night, etc., and away we go.
Mm.
My wife's brother was a great example of someone who loved his vinyl, and he was always keen to get me to record fairs and stuff. So it sort of snowballed from that, though, of small beginnings. And
How many albums do you reckon you've got?
I have 1,147.
Wow.
Because I tried to catalog and keep a tag on the incomings, but yeah, sometimes you just... And double ups, it doesn't happen that often, but a couple. So.
Yeah, no, and we might expand more on some of the things you're doing to widen your collection with the Men of Albums. We've got that where Cookie gets a week selection from 8 fellow humans,
yes.
and we all nominate an album, and Cookie is devised this mischievously because he gets to go and look at those albums and put them in his collection. How's that working for you?
Yeah, good. I missed yesterday. I was distracted with the Scone Cup.
Oh, did we miss one? Did we?
Yeah, Coddy's yesterday, straight through to the keeper.
Did he enter it in?
No.
Oh,
complete miss.
that's not your fault.
Double up next week.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's been fun.
So we'll talk more because 1,000 albums. I know I've got a few hundred myself, but that goes from way back. I don't think I've collected vinyl for about 40 years, but
it becomes a space management issue.
It does, and the control management as well. Because you don't even want to throw your stuff out. So so that's really good, Cookie. We're going to keep you here. That was number 3. We're going to roll it again for number 4.
Is this the last one, Paul?
Almost. Number 4, Troy's got to go have a shower. Number 4 is life. And Cookie, what's the most overrated part of being an adult? Oh, fucking, this is loose.
Yeah.
Got him.
I don't know. Paying bills.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's it.
That's it.
You're done. Let's go. Well done, mate. Thanks very much.
Well done, Cookie. Thanks, mate.
And finally, we're just going to go into the last part. Is number 6. It's more of a case of when was the last time you truly rolled the dice, Troy? I'm going to put it on you.
I think, in all honesty, probably 3 years ago, I was pretty set and secure in a job that I'd been in, for 17 years, and we lived in a beautiful part of, the country in Port Macquarie, and we made the decision to move to Brisbane, move back to a capital city. Once the kids had got a little bit older, so genuinely, that's probably the last time I rolled the dice on something big in my life, and it's been a great move. We're loving Brisbane. We're apartment living now. We're downsized from the big house, and that's it for me, mate.
Yeah, mine, I think, is probably this last few weeks. I don't know if you call it as a contractor in this world. I don't know if it's calling changing careers, but it is a bit of a career change and something that I hopefully think will set myself up for the next few years while I've got my finger in a million pies and wearing 1,000 caps. But it's funny how life dishes stuff out to you, and you just sit, and all of a sudden you just got to turn it upside down and take a risk and have another crack. And that's what this podcast is all about. Is that we're going to have future guests come on here over the next couple of weeks, and we're really excited about it. And we probably apologise for this week's podcast and the fact that there has been circumstances we don't need to get into, the circumstances which probably slowed us down a bit this week, and we got rained out. Paul got washed out completely, so we're going to be having some really interesting guests. And that final question is going to be the key question of our podcast: is what have they done to roll the dice, and what risks have they taken in the last few years? And it includes people in safety. It includes people who've played rugby league. We've got, we've been promising personal trainers. They're ready to come on board at some point in the next few weeks.
Get some musicians,
Yeah,
it's going to be a couple of musicians, some DJs, maybe a Sydney rapper. So
so it's just we've got to stick to this formula. This is probably a bit of a halftime break for us after 6 solid weeks of something new for us. But most importantly is, we've also got Cookie. He's got some stories to come. He just held back today. He's ready to rock and roll. In fact, we'll probably get him on. We might even get him on next week. But more importantly, we like to thank our sponsors at Track Intel being one of the sponsors. We've got the Feel Good Collective team, which is the Sydney's hottest, newest, safest gym with between 80 to 90% female membership. It's a great location down there at Roseville. They'll take members outside Sydney as well. Not sure how you're going to get there, but they'll take them. But it is a very, very good gym membership to have a crack at. And we also got Glamworm Waste Equipment, who are great supporters of this program. And we're open for any more sponsors who want to get on board. So let's get out there. This has been a quick one this week. We thank you for your time, Troy. Thank you for your time. I know you're struggling.
Nah, all good, mate. I'm feeling great now that we've got this done, and now we can get out to the track and back some winners. But thank you for everyone that does support us. We are starting to get a little following, which is fantastic. So we're up on all the socials. Click, like, share, and all that sort of stuff.
Follow,
subscribe,
tell your friends.
Tell your friends. We're telling everyone at the track yesterday, so look out.
We picked up 1 million followers yesterday, so we should be up to about 2 million followers on all our socials so far. So anyway, this is our strength. We love the way we close these shows. We got no idea how to do it, but it's time. And look, just have a listen to this tune. See you later. Have fun.
Whispers in the dark, the night ignites. A shadow game under neon lights. Step into the room, heart beats like a drum. Fate's on the edge, nowhere to run. Eyes meet the stairs, tension congratulations in the air.